every time someone takes a side before the game is even released, you know there's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, spoiler alert, this is not really a spoiler, but we're covering a leak for Horizon Forbidden West. So, this is an article by Video Games Chronicle. An unfinished version of the game is currently in public hands with media shared online. So, this So we can talk about this, but I'll just read this. On Monday, images of what was claimed to be the PS4 version of the PlayStation exclusive sequel began circulating on social media. VGC has since been told that the leaked build is indeed legitimate, and other than some missing art assets, contains the entire core content planned for the final game. Following the publication of the images claiming to show the leaked Horizon Forbidden West build on Twitter, the media was eventually removed hours later due to a report from the copyright holder, which adds further credence to their legitimacy. At the time of publishing, the Forbidden West does not appear to be circulating on file sharing sites, though Sony will likely be wary of the situation, similar to The Last of Us 2, which saw story spoilers circulate widely online ahead of its official release date. So, the game's going to release next month on the 18th. It's going to release for PS4 and PS5. Now, they tried to do the same thing that what was the game? Um, damn, Control. You remember when
Mm.
Control released? They said you have to buy the PS4 version of the Ultimate Edition in order to unlock the PS5 version. They said if you had the
Yeah, it's like,
standard edition, you don't get it.
well, as not just that, but also a lot of their ultimate or larger, their larger scale editions, they don't come with a
Yeah,
physical
yeah,
game.
which sucks. Um,
Yeah,
Now they try the developers or the publishers for Horizon.
publish, but is the publisher Sony?
Gorilla.
The developer
Yeah,
is
so
Gorilla,
I don't. Yeah,
Gorilla
okay. I
Games.
don't. I honestly I don't know if it was Gorilla or Sony, but one of them said the same thing for this game. If you have the standard edition,
What?
you're not going to be able to upgrade to the PS5 edition. Um,
Damn,
so
is that
I
for
don't
certain
know
still?
because apparently they got a lot of backlash from it. And I read in
Rightly
the
so.
comments someone said that they reversed it, but I haven't verified. So
Mm.
if you're watching this video and you know, please leave a comment and let us know if you verified it. Because yeah, that's definitely an issue with these types of that with this generation. That's an issue because not people can't get a PS5 right now. So I appreciate that they're doing a lot of backwards compatibility. But if you're going to do that, you should just do it and give people the upgrade regardless. But they're doing this thing where they're like, no, you got to have this version. They want you to buy it again. You know what I mean? It's a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nickel and dime.
So yeah. So if you know, please let us know in the comments. I'll appreciate that. But yeah, I read that they got backlash and they reversed that decision. So the standard edition should. Yes,
Because
Control
Control
did not.
didn't.
They did not.
Control didn't reverse that.
Um, so the
Yeah.
standard edition should upgrade to the PS5 edition. Let's see. So yeah, they
Here's
leaked it.
hoping.
So I just want to say like, what's your opinion on leaks? Because my opinion is that if it's a leak and they're leaking it to show something in particular, like, hey guys, I'm leaking this because there's something not good about this game and they need to fix it, right? Um, I get those leaks, right? And I understand those leaks and I don't really have a problem with them. But I feel like nowadays people are just leaking to gain like notoriety on social media. Um, and because it drives a news cycle, you know what I mean? Every time we're talking about it, right? Every time there's a news leak, it's like big news in gaming, but like I'm just wondering like what does it accomplish if you're not leaking for a purpose? You know what I mean? Um,
I, I don't
because I
know.
know a lot of people don't want to hear about them because it spoils a lot of the games. You know?
Yeah, and I personally am pretty adamant against spoilers. I don't
Yeah.
want to hear about spoilers. I don't want to. I don't go seeking out leaks. Uh, and to be honest, I can understand the context of a leak and why someone would do that, but they are changing the context of a person's work in order to highlight whatever they want to highlight. Um, in which case, I think that kind of that changes the entire conversation around a work done by
Yes.
multiple
Yeah.
people. Uh, so, in that regard, I tend to not look favorably on leaks. And I would prefer that a work be judged on
Or
either
its
its own
completed state,
merits.
right? Yeah.
Correct. And like I still haven't even played Cyberpunk 2077.
Now,
Because I want to play the completed game. Um,
oh yeah, I
but
was
go
gonna
ahead, you were
say
gonna
like
say.
a game like that, I would have supported a leak because they would have leaked it and said, "Hey guys, I'm warning you. This, you know what I mean? Like this game's
It's
a
not
dumpster fire
finished.
because so many people wasted their money. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like
That's fair.
a leak like
That's
that,
fair.
I'm all for it because you're doing it with a purpose, right? Your purpose is to let people know, like, hey, you know, they're being devious here. They're not telling you the truth, right? That leak has a purpose, but like,
But see, but here's the flip side to that coin, and I'm using a
okay,
divisive game, Last of Us Part Two.
yeah,
Those leaks I think were
okay, okay.
unwarranted. Those are
It is
that's
an
an opinion.
opinion.
It really is. It's based off of opinion and uh, the disapproval of choices made by the creative team or whomever decided, to go in what direction they decided to go with Last of Us Part 2. And whether I agree with Last of Us Part 2 or not
Yeah,
doesn't matter. It really was just kind of it was ill
yeah,
intended, and it only served to hurt the game, rightly so for some people, but I think in general the work should have been judged on its own rather than taken out of context and judged on highlighted situational story, rather than taking it at face value within the
yeah.
story
It
itself.
muddied the waters.
Um,
It muddied the
it really
water,
did.
and
It
what
really
what
did.
you had was people taking not a stance about the game, but taking a social and political stance before the game even
Yes.
released. And every time you do that, you're right. It's not based on its merits. So for me personally, I when it was spoiling and people were like complaining about things, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it. Right? I'm gonna try it.
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, I purchased
yeah.
two
You
copies of the game. One of which was the Ellie edition, which is like the top tier version. Another one was the collector's
which by the
edition.
way was
So
was for sale for like $60, like 6 months later or something. Like yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
got discounted
Um,
heavy.
So yeah, you're right. I don't agree with leaks like that. Even though I didn't like Last of Us 2. And, yeah,
You and me
and I
too. You and me
agreed
both,
with a
brother.
lot of the complaints. I still don't think the leak was just, right? There wasn't like they weren't they
Correct.
weren't warning us of anything serious. They were just they just were trying to complain about the creative direction and kind of shame Naughty Dog. And that's why you had people every time someone takes a side before the game is even released, you know there's a problem. You know what I mean? Like you haven't even played it, you don't even know. Like don't take a side. Just wait till it comes out and judge it on its own merits.
But this is the thing that kills me, and this is what makes that stance that I just talked about so difficult. Is like where is the line? Because for a lot of people, or at the very least, I say a lot of people, that is hearsay. I'm gonna be some of the comments that I have read online. in multiple different forums have said thank you to the leakers for
Yeah.
saving them money because they don't want to be exposed to whatever story directions they took.
Yeah.
Does that and I just said, hey, because it was a story decision, you really should judge it on its own. But at the same time, asking $60 for a game, and people are like, bro, if they're gonna do that with this game, then I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to have to spend $60. Like, it's really difficult to argue against that point
Yeah, no,
as well.
I get what you're saying, and I guess me being someone who's very kind of open-minded when it comes to like game ideas, I don't view that nearly as important as someone releasing an unfinished game. You know what I mean? Because an unfinished game, that really is a breach of trust between the developer and the gamer, because you're saying, hey, this game is done. We're releasing it. It's done. You can buy it. Yeah.
It's gone
It's
gold.
gone gold, even though gone gold always means 0-day patch these days. But it's been that way for a while. But that being said, when you're releasing it, you're saying it's done. We put our stamp of approval on it. It's ready to go. Leaks for that, I totally get it. But if you're a hacker, you hack in the game, or you work at the company and you don't like something, maybe they took out your storyline, maybe they put someone else's in, and you're like, man, you're all pissed off, and you leak it. That's your personal opinion on that story or on that character,
and you're attempting to sabotage.
And to me, that's the difference, right? So, but it is complex, man. It's a complex. Let us know what you think about it. I mean, do you think it's just to leak a game? Do you think the leaker should have a more important purpose to let people know why they're leaking it? Or
is it okay to leak important plot points in a story-focused game because you don't agree with them? And know that maybe a portion of an audience might also agree with you in that opinion.
Exactly. So
let
us know. Let us know what you think. Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Games I Speak. If you liked the episode, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.